What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm doing part 2 of the new wave of British heavy metal albums ranked. I decided to include some more obscure bands this time. I mean, obviously more albums from the popular bands, but also some more obscure albums this time. I may do that more often in future videos. That way I can promote like lesser known or underground bands, but also it can just add more albums that I've listened to. Because if I only include the popular albums that I've listened to from the genre, I may not include enough. So if I include some more obscure albums from like lesser known bands, then I can at least have like 9 or 10, which is usually what I aim for. Usually 9 to 12 albums is usually the amount per video that I usually like to include. And yeah, we'll get started. We'll start with Killers from Iron Maiden. And this album's amazing. Similarly to Number the Beast, another masterpiece from the band. I like every song. The riffs are great. Paul Di'Anno's vocals are great and very punky. And the solos are very good. There's good, more popular tracks. There's good, less popular tracks and interludes. It's just a great experience. It's very melodic. And it's not that long, so it's great. It's short and sweet. Definitely another essential album from the new wave of British heavy metal. Similar to Number the Beast, Iron Maiden killed it here. And also that album cover is one of my favorites from the band. It's just so sinister, but also so fun to look at too. So yeah. Next we got High and Dry from Def Leppard. And it's okay. Definitely them starting to move into the more commercial direction compared to the EP or On Through the Night. This has a lot more arena rockness to it, and it's less metal sounding than On Through the Night. Especially songs like Bring On the Heartbreak and Let It Go. Those songs are still good, in my opinion, but they are definitely moving in more of a commercial direction on this. And I don't like the sound nearly as much as On Through the Night, if I'm being honest. But it's still decent. It's still not terrible. It's still a tolerable album. But I don't really like this direction that Def Leppard's moving in. But this album's okay. Same with Pyromania. It's okay. As for Hysteria, yeah, I really do not like Hysteria. But this album's decent. It's a little commercial, but it's whatever. Still a few good songs. Next I got Wheels of Steel from Saxon. And this album is great. Almost every song I like. There's only like 1 or 2 that are fairly forgettable to me. It is definitely faster than the first album. I still love the first album from Saxon, but this album does have a lot more energy to it, and a lot more memorable songs, and a lot less weird experimentation on it. It's a more straightforward heavy metal album, and there's a lot of great riffs and solos, and Bill Bruford sounds more energetic on here, and he's sounds more comfortable too. All the band members do. And there's a lot of great classic heavy metal songs on here from the early 80s. So yeah, definitely another essential album of the genre. I slightly prefer Strong Arm of the Law, but maybe in part 3 I'll talk more about that album. But yeah, definitely a great biker metal, old school heavy metal album. Next I got Welcome to Hell from Venom. And this may piss some people off, but I really don't like the sound that much. It's not nearly as good as black metal. The production's really bad, even for them. It's really rough out around the edges. You can barely understand what Kronos is even saying. And yeah, it's just really messy, really rough, really bad production. There's still a few good songs, like In League with Satan, and maybe the title track. But besides those, this is not really memorable for me. And it just sounds really poorly made and bad. I definitely prefer black metal. Black metal is still very raw, but at least it still sounds like coherent. It still sounds like decent music to me. But with this, it's just not good. Not good. It may be more evil sounding than black metal, but the quality is way lower, at least in my opinion. Next, we got Borrowed Time from Diamond Head. And it's okay. Not nearly as good as the first album, Lightning to the Nations. The songs are a little more commercial and less metal sounding, but there still are a few good songs, like I guess the re-recordings of the old songs from Lightning to the Nations are fine. And I do like To Hell from Heaven, or To Heaven from Hell. That song's pretty good. And what other ones are there? Oh yeah, the title track's pretty good. And Call Me I kind of like. I'm probably the only person who likes that song, but Call Me is still a very catchy song. Very commercial, but in a good way. But the rest of the songs are very forgettable. Not nearly as heavy, not nearly as riff centric. So yeah, this album, for some reason, they decided to record the songs again from the first album. Like I said, I don't mind them, but I don't see why they couldn't just record original songs. But still, it's still alright. But I think I do like it a bit more than High and Dry. It's still alright. There's still a few good songs, but there's also a few not very memorable songs as well. But it's not terrible, but not that great either. Next we got Wildcat from Tigers of Pantang. And it sounds it's decent again. There's still a few good songs, but I definitely don't like it as much as Spellbound. The singer on Spellbound I like way more than on this album. This album came before that. It's definitely a lot rawer, a lot slower, a lot less memorable in my opinion. Like I said, still a few good songs, but definitely prefer Spellbound over this. But most of the community prefers this album over that. Also, this album's not on Apple Music and Spotify for whatever reason. Well, it technically is, but it's not labeled this. It's labeled under a compilation album for whatever reason. Like the songs are still there, but the album itself is not. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, it's not like you're really missing out that much, at least in my opinion. Maybe a lot of people would disagree, but for me, this album's decent, but not great or anything. I've got Demolition from Girls School. It's pretty good. I do like this album. I definitely prefer this album over their later stuff. This is easily their most manly sounding album for a band of all female members. The vocals are the best here in my opinion, and the production's honestly not bad for a debut album from bands like this. And it's very catchy. There's a lot of good singles, and yeah, definitely a great female fronted album from a very unique band in the movement. Not much more to say other than it's a pretty unique album because of all female members, and it's pretty good. I do like it. Just got Court in the Act from Satan, and I don't really like it. There may be like one or two good songs on here. Besides that, this album is very forgettable for me, and I don't really like the vocals that much. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them. This album's definitely one of the faster ones on this list, but at least that's what people say. But I don't really hear it on here. It still sounds not that fast to me. But yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of Court in the Act. Maybe I could re-listen to it and change my mind. But for now, I am not a fan of this album. So yeah. Next we got Survivors from Samson. That's pretty good. Probably my favorite from the band, which may be kind of a hot take. But yeah, I do think Paul Samson does good vocals here. And there were other band members too, because it's kind of punky. So they all sing at some parts. And the riffs are pretty good. This album has really good solos, which more people should talk about. I mean, more people should talk about this album in general, because it's not as popular as the Bruce Dickinson era albums, which it should be. It's just as good, if not better. So yeah, Survivors by Samson's really good. A lot of good solos, riffs, vocals. And it is a very charming album from the early part of the movement. So yeah, in my opinion, this is better than the Bruce Dickinson era albums. People should talk about this one more, especially with how early it came out in the movement. Next we got Night of the Demon from the band Demon. This is definitely one of the lesser known albums on this list, but still like a cult favorite though. And it's great. Easily one of the most underrated albums on this list. I even like it more than Strong Arm of the Law. And yeah, it's a great album. There's a lot of very catchy melodies. Has a lot of horror themed stuff in it, a lot of horror influence on here. And it's very catchy. Songs like Night of the Demon, Into the Nightmare, and Decisions especially are very catchy. So yeah, pretty much all the songs are very memorable. It's very well produced, a lot of good riffs, very, very melodic, very catchy. Almost a great like Halloween album that you could play like at a party. If you're at like a Halloween party or just want to have a good time during Halloween, this album would be great for that. And I wish they played songs from this album instead of the weird, goofy songs they play for kids like the Monster Mash or whatever. I'd much rather hear this album than that. But yeah, still a very underrated album. And you should easily give it a listen because it's very melodic, very catchy. And there's a lot of good guitar work on here. and it's a very great atmosphere. So I really don't understand why it's more popular. So yeah, and the same can be said for this album, which is really, really obscure, but also really, really, really good. Fire Dance by Shiva. This album is easily the most obscure on this list, and I don't understand why that is. It is very unique sounding. It does have a lot of progressive rock influence on it. So yeah, it's definitely Shiva were definitely one of the first bands to have prog influence in their metal music, and it is a great album. It is super awesome. There's a lot of good songs, a lot of good straightforward rocker metal songs, and there's more progressive sounding songs on here. The vocals are very good, especially on the song En Cochant. And it's just like a masterpiece of album. It's like the ultimate hidden gem of new wave of British heavy metal music mixed with prog. And then their second album, Continuance, has even more prog on it. It's basically a progressive metal album. There's a lot of Rush influence, a lot of Yes influence on here. So if you want to listen to new wave British heavy metal but with more prog influence, then this is for you. Like I said, this album's extremely underrated. I really do think more people should talk about it, because it is a very unique sounding album for the time, and it's just super great. Well, that's it for part 2. I hope you like my picks and rankings, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you check out the more obscure albums from this list, because they are really, really good. Some of them are better than the more popular albums down here. So yeah, there's a lot of great hidden gems in this movement. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe and check out the other videos. And I will see you guys next time.